Hey guys, so I'm back with another review for you, and today it's of Turtles All the Way Down by John Green. I'm quite impressed I managed to read this so quickly. Normally with new releases I'm terrible and I put them off, particularly when there's hype around them as well. So this came out I think on the 10th of October, and I managed to read it in October. I finished it on the 27th, so yeah, I'm quite pleased I got it read the month it came out, which is quite good for me. And I said in my reading wrap up that I wanted to do a review just to maybe try and get my thoughts out there because they're all a bit jumbled up. So I'll start as always by reading the blurb. 16-year-old Asa never intended to pursue the mystery of fugitive billionaire Russell Pickett, but there's a $100,000 reward at stake and her best and most fearless friend Daisy is eager to investigate. So together they navigate the short distance and broad divides that separate them from Russell Pickett's son, Davis. Asa is trying. She's trying to be a good daughter, a good friend, a good student, and maybe even a good detective, while also living within the ever-tightening spiral of her own thoughts. In his long-awaited return, John Green, the acclaimed award-winning author of Looking for Alaska and The Fault in Our Stars, shares Asa's story with shattering, unflinching clarity in this brilliant novel of love, resilience, and the power of lifelong friendship. So, this is quite a hard book to talk about, really, because I know John Green made a video himself on the Vlogbrothers channel about how he didn't know whether he was going to write another book, how he would have tried starting ones and couldn't finish them since writing The Fault in Our Stars. Now, The Fault in Our Stars is a fantastic novel. It's one of my all-time favourite novels. It's just so beautiful. You fall in love with the characters and just their quirkiness. And I haven't read all of John Green's books. I've read The Fault in Our Stars and I've read Paper Towns. Now Turtles All the Way Down I think was going to be difficult because it's not The Fault in Our Stars, you know. The Fault in Our Stars is most people's favourite John Green book, and people discovered John Green when The Fault in Our Stars came out, so a lot of people that weren't fans became fans. So it was quite difficult because to go from that to this is not The Fault in Our Stars. John Green's always accused of writing his characters like really pretentious and like they don't sound like teenagers, and I would agree with that to a certain extent. He doesn't write them like most authors write them, but I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. I don't know, it makes it different, I guess, and it doesn't automatically assume that young teens are incapable of that, I guess. I don't know. The only thing I would say with this one is it's about Asa, and she struggles with sort of compulsions and these compulsive thoughts, these OCD style thoughts about germs and how she's convinced she's going to get C. diff and die. So she kind of gets stuck in her own head, and she describes it as a spiral. And that, like, you can see that really like impact on her life. And then you have this sort of plot of the missing billionaire, which just kind of seems thrown in there, like it's just, I don't know, it's brought up and then it's dropped and then it's kind of there at the end, like as this kind of subplot, but not really, like it's just kind of there. I don't know how I feel about Asa's friend Daisy. Like, part of me really likes her, part of me can't stand her. Do not know how I feel about that. Asa herself, a lot of people said they don't like her, but I actually did quite enjoy her character. The way that she thinks is quite relatable. I have some OCD compulsions. They're not extreme, so I don't really talk about them because they're not really insane. I'm one of those people that doesn't like odd numbers. I'm one of those people that has to check a million times that plugs are off, doors are locked, taps are off. I'm one of those people. I will literally run up and down my 3-story house checking plugs are off before I can leave the house. Like, that is something that I struggle with, but it's not something that's massively apparent, and it's not something that I let bother me too much. I mean, sometimes when things trigger it can be very bad, but for the most part it doesn't affect my life, you know, I'm okay. But for her, you can really see the spiral that she gets in and how it affects her and how she can't do certain things and how she doesn't think she can, and it just gets worse and worse. So I really liked that portrayal of it, really, because I thought that it was really well done and sort of, to some degree, an accurate representation of it, I guess. I really enjoyed that side of it. I wish the Missing Billionaire had been more of a plot, rather than just thrown in there. I wish that had been developed more. It's quite short, actually. I think it's just under 300 pages. But overall, I really did enjoy this book. I gave it 4 out of 5 because something did keep me reading. I think it was because I did really enjoy Aza. I think I'm pronouncing her name right. I did really enjoy her character. I found her quite funny, and she is self-deprecating, which is something that I enjoy. And when you see her finally sort of coming to terms and trying to solve her problems, because she's given medication but she doesn't take it every day because she thinks it makes her worse, or she doesn't see how can you take a pill to make you, which I thought was an interesting take on that. I thought that was that made sense to me. So yeah, I did really enjoy it. Something kept me reading, and I personally really enjoyed it. I only did give it 4 out of 5 because it wasn't The Fault in Our Stars. Like, I couldn't give it the 5 out of 5 because to me The Fault in Our Stars is 5 out of 5 and this isn't quite there. But I did enjoy it and I did recommend it, but just, you have to go in with no expectations, which is nigh on impossible for this because of The Fault in Our Stars. But that, I think, is really the only way to do it, and take it on its own merit, which is very difficult. And I know I've just said I can't give it 5 out of 5, but you know, to some degree I did enjoy it. I thought it was different, and for itself I really liked it. I wish there had been more, sort of, like I said, about the billionaire, but there's also about the son, Davis, and also his brother Noah, and also about their millionaire or billionaire father leaves all his money to their like Tuatara, which is some kind of like lizard thing. So yeah, there were some things I wish we had seen more of to some degree, but yeah, really enjoyed it. Let me know if you guys have read it. Let me know in the comments down below what you thought of it. Like I say, I've heard lots of mixed things where people have loved it, people have been really disappointed. So yeah, I wouldn't say I'm disappointed because I didn't go into it expecting to love it as much as The Fault in Our Stars. But I think I enjoyed it more for that reason, because I tried to keep my expectations minimal. And you know, I really did enjoy it. So let me know in the comments down below, and I'll speak to you all soon. Happy reading.